Hi, I'm Dr. Rich Blon, host of the Healthy Stress Doctor podcast. And this is the 18th podcast. I'd like to just take a moment to share with you an event that happened to me recently that really shows how to apply ACT principles and practices and how I've used it in my own life. Recently, my wife and I celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary in Florida. And we went to a real nice resort area and stayed on the beach and just loved it. And we started talking about how we both really value the beach and how we value being outdoors in the sun, doing all the things that come along with that, from swimming to kayaking to playing tennis, and that how a goal of ours is always to live at the beach. So we started to really look around, and we actually found that in this economy we could afford to buy a small condo in this resort area and have a vacation retreat to the beach and possibly a place to retire. So we took some values congruent action and we went ahead and we signed the contract. And it's interesting because prior to signing the contract, all of the things that were going on in my head, my thoughts, my personal scripts, my mental images, my feelings, were all very positive. And I would see images of walks on the beach at sunset and putting my kayak in the water 12 months a year, and just all these wonderful images of my wife and I together enjoying the beach, living the dream and the values that we've always had. Well, it's funny how it changed once I signed the contract. And this is after doing all of our due diligence and knowing that we could afford it and that it's a good move and that it probably will even increase in value. So it wasn't a hasty decision. We really crunched the numbers and it was something that could work. But signing that contract actually took it out of the realm of a good idea and put it squarely into the context of, well, this is something we're going to do now. We're actually taking that values congruent step to living one of our goals. It's something that we really value. And once I took that step, some of my thoughts started to become more irrational. What if I can't afford this? What if we have a hurricane? What if somebody breaks into the condo when we're not there? The mental images I had were, of hurricanes and leaks in the roof and, all the crazy things that you think about when you're buying a house in general or especially a vacation house that you're initially not going to be in all the time. So I found myself naturally wanting to control all of these thoughts and images and painful emotions and try and work on them and work it all out in my head. And a light just went on in my head and I said, Rich, you're doing exactly the same thing that you're teaching people not to do. And that's try and control your runaway mind. And once I really got that, I just said, all right, let's accept it. Once you make a decision, or we made this decision to take a step towards a dream and a goal of something we really value, along with it are going to come the painful thoughts, negative emotions, and crazy mental images. And the sooner I just accept that and shift my attention off of them, the better. And that's exactly what I started doing. I just started, acknowledging the fact that they're going to exist. These crazy, unhelpful thoughts and feelings and emotions are going to coexist, with the helpful ones. And when the unhelpful ones take over, I just have to accept that that's going to happen and shift my attention away from them, not try and control them, and just accept them. And just to be a little bit more mindful now that that process is going on and really do more things to kind of clear my mind. So I've been meditating a little more often, making sure I get my exercise in and do the things I need to do to manage my stress, because that's really what this is right now. It's a stressor. So I just wanted to share that with you, that I think anytime we take values congruent action and we take a step in doing something that we really value, that meshes with what's really important to us, that there are going to be these painful thoughts and emotions that go along with it. And the best way to deal with them is to just acknowledge that and kind of shift your attention off of them and onto something more productive. So I hope that's helpful for you. It's been helping me, and I just wanted to show you that even though, I've been writing books about this and helping other people, that still occasionally I get stuck, and I'm sure most counselors and therapists who use ACT principles and practices occasionally get stuck and have to remind themselves that they need to be mindful of things, accept their pain and suffering, and kind of move forward despite these things. Thanks.